Hello and welcome to episode 13 of Crestie Conversations here on the Geckoverse podcast channel. I'm your host, Josh, with Georgia Cresties. And last time on the podcast, we talked about why you should get a crested gecko, why own crested geckos. So, if you want to see why I own crested geckos and what all goes into owning a crested gecko, go check that out. But this week on Crestie Conversations, we're going to be talking about Repticon. What is it? What all are we doing? So, Repticon is one of the bigger reptile shows here in Georgia. So, basically, Georgia has two reptile shows: Show Me Reptile Show and Repticon. So, Repticon is a little bit bigger. It is also at the Gwinnett County Fairgrounds. It is going to be there the October 18th and 19th. So, yeah, October 18th and 19th. I will be there. I'm going to be with Tom at Southern Raised Exotics. So if y'all know him, you know he is a great breeder. He has several different types of reptiles and geckos that he has on the table, and he was gracious enough to let me join him. I have yet to get off the wait list for Repticon, but as long as you have your license to sell pet dealer's license, you can have or you can be in attendance at Repticon. So I'm happy to join Tom, and we will both be there. Um, Repticon, the venue I said was at Gwinnett County Fairgrounds. That's like 15, 20 minutes away from me, so it's really, really close. Uh, just really a no-brainer. I'm going to be bringing 9 different geckos to sell. Again, tonight we're not going to be selling any geckos, no prices, nothing. All of these geckos is just a sneak peek of what is going to be at Repticon and what is going to be on the table available then on the 18th and 19th. So I wanted to go to Repticon because I have these geckos I want to sell, and then also the first time that I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to be having a display to show off my reptiles as well. So any of my holdbacks that you've seen on Instagram, here, wherever, if you want to see them at Repticon, go ahead and let me know on here or in Instagram. I'll be putting up a few polls to see which ones you want me to bring. I know I'm going to be bringing Everything Bagel. Love him. He's going to be there. I'm going to be bringing Adonis because Tom produced Adonis, and he is very, very nice gecko. I've shown him off here before. So he's going to be there. I'm going to be bringing Helios. Who else? I'll probably bring Scarlet or Peaches as well. Scarlet just laid eggs again, so she should be good. It won't be too stressful for them. That's why I also like being right there at the Gwinnett County Fairgrounds, because it's not going to stress the geckos out too terribly much with just the short trip over there. And then I can easily bring them home after day one, let them chill here, put them back in their tanks, and then just pack them up back in the morning and go on out. So that is why I'm going to Repticon. That is where Repticon is at, and that is who I'm going to be with. Let's go ahead and get started with the geckos that I'm going to be having at Repticon. So, first we're going to be starting out with geckos that were produced from Georgia and Mort. Now, Georgia was the first gecko that I ever produced. She's a beautiful reverse pinstripe, orange, very, very pretty lady, and Mort was a tiger, orange tiger. He was very nice as well. So let me get the first baby from them. This is GM101. Okay, and so far this is looking like a female. Okay, so if you are wanting a female, this is the one for you. It is a very, very pretty lady. Now, still, I'm not guaranteeing that, okay, because I've had the the direct sibling of this one here, I'm going to be showing you in a little bit, at 27 grams flipped from, not flipped, but developed cresticles and was male. So don't guarantee sex until like 27 to 30 grams, because I don't want you buying something from me and then being like, oh, it flipped. I thought it was going to be female and now it's male. So just to be honest with y'all, that's why I do that. Okay, so here is the first gecko that will be up for available at Repticon. This is GM101. So it's kind of yellowish. I haven't seen it get much darker than this yellow here. It does have some spots on it. the lineage, the mom has a couple spots, and the dad had five, or the dad didn't have any spots. The grandfather had 5 spots. Okay, so she's a very pretty reverse pinstripe. You can see right down the line here, underneath the pin line, making it a reverse pin. She has some pretty good structure. She wants to run away. So again, she has a pretty nice structure. You can see the head there. The dorsal is good, not great. But then again, you can see very, very nice. You can breed her next year. She was born late last year. Again, she is around 25 grams. So very nice yellow reverse pen out of Georgia and Mort. All right, so let me put you guys back up here. Hello. So again, she is 25 grams. Nice little reverse pen. Excited to be out. Again, the first few minutes that you have a gecko out, they're going to be a little bit wilder or more jumpy and stuff like that, as you can see. But again, I handle them 1-2 times a week. More like 2 times a week. But every time I feed them, I'm interacting with them. Every time I'm cleaning the tanks, I interact with them. So you know that when you get a gecko from me, Georgia Cresties, you know that you're going to have a gecko that is well taken care of. Again, very, very nice. Good head. Nice little female here. Be a great little pet. She is sweet when she's not jumping around. I mean, gotta love them. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so now let me show you the male brother. The one that I was telling you was like looking female up until 28 grams and then all of a sudden became male. I was not happy about that, but you know, that's the game. Let's see. Of course, I put them in the tubs so they would fire up, and they don't fire up. What's that about, you know? Okay, so this is GM103. A male out of the same pairing from Georgia and Mort. This is, again, looking more like the last one and looking like the sister that you just saw here. A reverse pen, yellow. They do get a pretty dark yellow. I haven't seen them fired up much more than that. It is pretty much a yellow, which is weird because the pairing was 2 oranges, but there's yellow in the grandparents. So that's where lineage comes into play a big part in your breeding process. So here we go. This is GM104, a nice little reverse pen. Again, as well, that has the portholes, just like the female did. I didn't show those off at first. He has a nice head. The dorsal is a little small, but it's very, very funky patterning. The mom has, it looks like the grandmother and the mom have a little bit of pixel in them. That's why you have this like weird patterning in it. I don't want to claim it's pixel, but all of them have kind of had that pixel-ish look, so I'm believing that it is pixel related. And then again, you can see he's a male now. He's probably around, 28 or 30 grams. So again, very, very pretty yellow. Make great as a pet if you're looking for a new pet. Or, I don't know. It depends what you're wanting to breed with, but like for me, my standards, he doesn't have a big enough dorsal. So I wouldn't want to breed him. But, you know, to each their own. Everyone has their own projects, what they want to do. I really wanted to work with, I wanted to have more of the white spot trait in it because the dad, Mort, he had a ton of white spots, and I thought this one was going to develop a lot more white spots, and it just didn't. So I was like, I'm going to make you available. Not right now. At Repticon. So again, here is GM103. He's a funky little guy, really, really interesting patterning. I like him. It's kind of like marbling or like speckling all over. I think it's really interesting. So if you want a cool, interesting looking dude, there we are. That tail is really pretty as well. Okay, so there is the first two from that pairing. Let's see what else we have next. Let's put you back in there real quick. Keep all your toes and tails inside the package. All right. So next, ooh. See, none of y'all are fired up. We're going to go through. You're going to see a lot of the Georgia and Mort pairing here because this is the first time that I'm having them available as a whole. This is going to be a male GM104. GM104. GM104 has left the chat. There we go. He has re-entered the chat. Hello. So GM104 is here. We have him. Now he is more... Actually, hold on. I apologize. She is still looking female, but of course she is smaller, so I do not guarantee sex because I do not want to disappoint anyone. I want to be as open as possible with what the gecko is and looks like. Let me see here. Maybe if I handle it for a couple seconds and then try to put it down, it'll be a little bit calmer. But again, I got him out and put him in the tub, so they're going to be a little wiry at first. But this one, she's looking yellow. I'm so sorry. She's looking yellow right now, but she is orange when she fires up. A little sneak peek. I love that dorsal coming in. Let's see if I can get her down here now. Hello. This is GM104. Beautiful portholes, and that porthole dripping down the sides there, as you can see. Bright orange, or pretty like darker orange when she fires up. Great structure. I love the pinning and the crest going all the way down the body there. You can see very, very wide dorsal. Has that little bit of a reverse pin there. Very much partial pin. And several breaks in the pinstripe all the way down, coming from the tiger trait in the dad, like I was saying here. Look at that little, very cute little lady. Let's get a look at the other side of her here. There we go. Again, beautiful portholes with that dashing going down. And again, you have that reverse pin line, but you also have where it's broken in the pin line. The patterning goes all the way up. So I think that's very interesting as well. Sorry, it's blurry. But I think that's very interesting how when the pin line breaks, it goes above. So that makes me think it's not like a reverse pin, how most people want to make it think. But I'll let them think that, and I'll just keep saying reverse pin for now. But yeah, very, very pretty young lady for now. Dark orange. Has that kneecap right there and the white fringe on the back as well. Something that all of the babies from that pairing have had. I've seen. Very cute baby. I'm going to be showing off some of my holdbacks here in a little bit. Or not my holdbacks, the ones that were holdbacks that are going to be at the show available for you to get. So if you're wanting to see what I was going to keep, but ended up not because whether it was male, female, or I had to make a really, really hard decision. And what I'm trying to do now is just keep 2 babies from every pairing. Or from pairings that I do, so I have to narrow it down whether they have 6 babies or if they have 14. Trying to narrow it down so that I have less related bloodlines, and so I can try to get more bloodlines in to make it better and healthier in here, and so we don't inbreed. Don't want that happening, right? No. Let's get on to number 4. This is going to be the last one from the Georgia and Mort saga. Okay, this is the last juvenile or subadult, not juvenile, subadult from them. Okay, this is a male out of Georgia and Mort. Again, he is fired down, of course, because why would they want to do the right thing of firing up when I want them to? Hopefully they'll be fired up at Repticon for y'all to see. But again, this is male out of Georgia and Mort. He is a full pinstripe. Most would say he was a quad stripe, but there is a break in the quad line on the side, and on both sides, pretty much, there's two breaks in the quad line, so I don't consider it a full quad, so I would just call it a pinstripe. Here he's looking yellow, of course, but when he fires up, he is orange. So here is GM102. Very, very pretty. Again, he has that reverse pen all the way down the body. He has very, very nice structure. That dorsal is nice and wide. It's not perfect, but it is very, very good. Will get you a good head start in your breeding projects. Beautiful, beautiful pinstripe going all the way down. Perfect diamond head and short little nose. So again, you can see here the break in the quad line. There's more of it back there, but his knee with the kneecap is blocking it. Again, very pretty tails. Most of my geckos do have tails. Clean as eye. But again, he is around, 20 grams? 25 grams? Let me check here real quick. GM102. It is 29 grams. So definite will be able to be breeding next season. But again, like here you can see at the beginning, it's not, the quad line doesn't go all the way across. So again, I don't feel comfortable selling it as a quad stripe, but it definitely will make quad stripes when you breed it. So beautiful, beautiful pinstripe, full pinstripe, but not full quad stripe. Now let me go ahead and show you my first holdback release. Okay. So this is one that I have teased y'all before with, showing off here on the podcast. I'll go ahead and get him out. Now this is the second baby that I've released from this pairing. The other one was sold as a baby. Yeah, not going to get into that. But so this is the first lily white that Georgia Cresties will sell ever. Okay, so this is the first ever that I've had available to sell. This is the first one that I fully produced myself, available for sale at Repticon on the 18th and 19th. This is a beautiful lily white, tricolor, extreme harlequin. Okay, beautiful, beautiful boy out of Heisenberg and Galaxy. So if you've seen them before, I've showed them off here on the channel. I've all over my Instagram. Beautiful parents. Goes into this beautiful, beautiful gecko here. Without further ado, let me show y'all him. Hold on. Without further ado, hold still. Boo. Okay. Let me get you. Boom. Around 25 gram, 28 gram, I think. Lily white, extreme harlequin, packed with pattern all over, no visible spots. Huge dorsal. Look at that. Humongous, huge head. Let's look at the other side of you. Just packed with white, packed with patterning. Look at the legs. Look at that. Legs almost completely covered and that white patterning, and I don't know why whenever y'all get on camera y'all want to act brand new. But again, look at that. Beautiful, that drippiness all the way down the dorsal. Beautiful. I love that. You've heard me talk about it before. Beautiful, beautiful. And then having that orange patterning up underneath. How's that, like, outlines it all the way around. Beautiful. Has that highlighter look to it. It's a very, very bright white. So it has that yellowish tint, like lily whites do. But again, you can see there, beautiful packed with pattern, drippy. He has kneecaps, white fringe, and the blushing trait. Look at that little boy here. So this is the first lily white that Georgia Cresties will have for sale. Beautiful little man. If you're interested in him, come see Georgia Cresties. Come here, buddy. So yeah. So like I said, this is one. If I didn't have Walter already, I would be keeping him because he is just so beautiful. If he was female, I would be keeping him because the female that I am keeping out of that pairing, she's similar to Walter. The only difference is really the structure of the pattern. Like they're pretty much almost fully covered, but one's orange, one's yellow. I thought that was cool having the two different colors. But again, I like how funky the pattern is on this boy here. So if he was female, he definitely would have been staying here with me. But my loss is your gain, right? So a beautiful, beautiful holdback release that will be available on the table for y'all to see. And again, I will be bringing. I may bring your mother one day. I may bring Galaxy. Okay, so let me get into a couple of the babies that we have available, or that we will have available, okay? Let me get them real quick. I'm going to save my last holdback release for the end because it should be pretty surprising to y'all because it's surprising to me. I never thought I would be selling this gecko, but again, for the betterment of my business and the advancement of my business, I needed to sell this gecko so I can get more, right? Ha ha ha. This baby is not wanting to come out right now. That's why it's taking me a second. Give me one moment. Now, this is one of the first babies that I'm going to have available from Tiger's Eye and Olympus. For y'all that know, Tiger's Eye and Olympus are beautiful tricolor extreme harlequins. So it's another lily white, super Dalmatian, extreme harlequin tricolors is something I love working with. So this baby, of course, unsexed, just over 5 grams. This little one here, packed with pattern all over. This is looking more orange now, but at the bottom here, you can see is more white. Pretty nice head, okay dorsal going all the way down. He should grow, or it should grow into it with time. Here, I don't like that angle. Let me turn you around. There we go. So, beautiful little baby, has that extreme patterning going all the way up. Has a very, very dark base, just like the mom does. So when it fires up, you'll see very, very nice contrast all the way around. Very, very pretty gecko. No spots on it that I have seen. A cute little baby. If you're wanting to have a little pet. Or have a good start on your lines, too. He'll be ready to breed. It will be ready to breed in like 2 years. Year and a half, technically. It's about 6 months now. But yeah, very, very pretty baby here out of Tiger's Eye and Olympus. Very, very small baby. A lot of pattern already. He's already drippy as well. At the back over here, I don't know if it's easy to see with that camera. I apologize. But he is drippy as well. So just starting to drip. Hopefully that'll continue and you will have a stunning little gecko on your hands here. I'm hoping that pattern continues to rise all the way up to where it kind of looks like an XXX line from Pangea. But of course it is not an XXX line. But of course that'd be very, very cool to have the lines going all the way up from top to bottom. Something something you can work towards with this little baby, you know? So let me. Oh, and I think also it's important for y'all to see how your geckos are living. You want to see how they were taken care of before that you had them, right? So this is how all of the babies here at Georgia Cresties are set up. Water, food, egg crate, another little plant at the bottom in the middle there. And that's all they need. Up until 15 grams. That is what they look like. For all of the others that you see here, it's going to be similar to my adult tanks here that you can see. 3 to 5 hides. Typically, I have between 4 and 5 in all of mine. Tons of foliage, places to hide, places to climb around on. So that is how your geckos or your future geckos live and how they're raised here at Georgia Cresties, where we take your gecko's health as our number one concern. Our number one priority, I would say, because a healthy Crestie is what we all strive to have. Correct? Correct. Now, this is the first baby out of, who is it? Aphrodite and Ocho that I will have available. This is a very, very pretty lady. It's actually looking like a combination. Oh, man. She shit on the floor. That means when I was chasing her, she shit on my finger. She didn't shit on me. The poop was there. I was trying to pick her up. And I got a poopy finger. So let me clean that real quick. Thank you for your patience. Let me get you out here. I just cleaned your tank too. I'm already pooping. Do y'all notice that? As soon as you clean your tanks, they want to poop on it. And just make it dirty immediately. Like, they don't waste no time. They just want to crap on it immediately. So, this next baby is Aphrodite and Ocho. HAO101 is the Gecko ID for this little baby. And she is very, very pretty. Very nice base color. And very, very pretty yellow that she gets from her dad, Ocho. Now, I say her, but of course, unsexed. Little baby. Partial quad stripe. There's just that one break, that one pin missing at the back there. But other than that, very, very nice gecko. Huge dorsal that you can see there. Very, very nice structure. Nice wide head. Huge dorsal all the way down. Very interesting patterning all the way down. That dorsal is very, very nice. One of the reasons I am selling her is because of that, not a perfect quad stripe, but she does have some oil spots on her, which is interesting because her mom had oil spots. She had 17 oil spots when she hatched, but if you look at her right now, she does not have one single spot on her. Now this one here, I think she will keep a couple of the spots that are on her dorsal, but she has oil spots on her sides and that are fading every time I get her out. They are less and less. But again, beautiful pinning and crest all the way down. Very, very nice little quad stripe gecko here. Very, very nice white wall at the bottom as well on both sides. Show off that white wall. Come on. And white wall. Beautiful, looking a lot. She has the base color of her mother, because Aphrodite has beautiful, almost black base color. And then all of this yellow that you see here is coming from Ocho, the father. Ocho is no longer currently with us. We sold him at the last reptile show. Again, beautiful little baby here that I will have out of Aphrodite and Ocho. So, if you're looking for a very, very neat little quad stripe. Again, missing one pin, but I would say partial quad stripe, but it will produce full quad stripes if paired to another full quad stripe. I know because both the mother and father of this pairing are partial quad stripes, just with like a break and pinning right around where this little baby has it, and they have produced 3 full quad stripes so far out of the pairing. So don't be afraid to get a partial quad stripe, especially if it's something so close to a full quad stripe, thinking, oh, I may not get full quad stripes. If you pair to a full quad stripe, you will definitely get a mix of both partial and full quad stripes. So far, it kind of, I would pretty much say it was like 50-50 in the chance. I mean, some of them are missing just that one pin, so kind of hard to determine what you want to say with that. But this one is the last one from Aphrodite, from Georgia and Mort. It hatched this year. She held on to the sperm for a long time, and I actually have another one in the incubator from Heisenberg and Galaxy. She retained the sperm, and this one's on day 123 of incubation. So I really hope it hatches because it should be an extreme. I ended up getting 4 out of 6 lily whites. So I'm hoping I get another extreme because the extremes were very, very nice. But back to Georgia and Mort baby. This one is a orange partial pen. You could also say a reverse pen, but not fired up all the way here. But you can see it kind of looks orange here, or yellowish, but it is orange in person. Again, beautiful dorsal, has that pixel-esque look as well. Very, very nice dorsal and head, so very good structure overall. No spots that I'm seeing here. Ooh, it has a little white spot up at the top. That's cool. I'm just noticing that now. But again, very, very nice dash portholes and the dashing at the end and across the body. There's the kneecaps and white fringing as well. It has some white spots on it. It has a couple. White spots were coming from the dad. But for the most part, this looks like the mom, Georgia. So again, beautiful partial pen there. Very, very cool patterning on the dorsal. And again, you can see a couple of the white spots on the leg, on the side there. So I have one baby out of the pairing that was getting a lot of the white spots that I'm keeping. Originally, it didn't look like it was going to grow into having that many, but it's around the same size as this one. I think it was the clutch mate of this one, and it's pretty much the same as this, but just a lot more of the white spots, and that's what I was wanting to get out of that pairing, because primarily for me it was about the white spots and the tiger morph, how that could react with the pinstripe and reverse pen morph. But I wanted to get a lot of those white spots on it, and only one of them out of the 6 or 7, I think, of them got the white spot trait. So now we are on to the last gecko that I will be having available. Again, this is going to be the holdback release. Okay, I was not planning on releasing this gecko at all, but let me get her out. She is a ready to breed mama. She has not been bred before, okay? So she is a virgin, but she is a super, super sweet gecko. You've seen her on my Instagram. You've seen her on my videos. She is a beautiful, beautiful gecko. If I didn't have everything bagel, Bubbles here would be staying. That's right. I have decided to release Bubbles. She is a beautiful, beautiful ink spot super Dalmatian. Let me just tell you, she has beautiful, beautiful pattern on her. Her dad from AJD Reptiles, right here, chocolate chip, is where she gets this light base color from, and all of these huge ink blots. Her mom is Dr. Dot, that is now with Geckos of Gaia. Holly is a great breeder. If you haven't seen her, very, very good at taking care of her geckos, being ethical, calling out people for not taking care of their geckos well. But, so she has Dr. Dot. I have Chocolate Chip still. Another reason why I'm keeping her, because Chocolate Chip has the special sauce to create everything bagel. Okay, now he doesn't have red spots because the red spots came from Dr. Dot, but this is the gecko that could be yours next. Look at that. Bubbles. She has the red spots all over her. It's hard to see here, but close up when you see her in person at Repticon, she has all these bullseye spots as well. She has a little smiley face. Move your arm. She has a little smiley face right there in the spots. Again, she has ink spots. I don't see any oil spots, but there's oil spots in the lineage. Again, for a Super Dalmatian, you do not see structure like this. That is one thing that I pride myself in that y'all know. But Super Dalmatians across, I don't see Super Dalmatians with this good of structure. Okay, she could be yours if you come to the Repticon in Atlanta, the 18th and 19th. Beautiful, ready to breed girl. Those huge ink blots all over. You can't see them here, but packed with red spots as well. Let me turn her around. Now, the interesting thing about her is that Bubbles was actually born or hatched premature. She was a week or two premature. So she was very small, I think like 1.4 grams, which is a lot. I usually like to have them hatch out between 1.9 and 2.2. But she made it through. She has never had a problem since. Again, beautiful pale base, super sweet lady. I love hanging out with her. I've been doing it more so because I know I'm gonna be having her available. I hate to let her go, but her sister, who was it? Chips Ahoy, is a red base, and I wanted to keep that. Of course, she's gonna pee, but again, that's what I'm handling on a day that I'm feeding, so I got peed on. But again, I have a pale base and everything bagel, and everything bagel is everything you could want in a Super Dalmatian. And so, with the combination of everything bagel and then the red base Chips Ahoy, I can't make it make sense to have three of the same bloodline and the father still. So I'm keeping Chocolate Chip, I'm keeping everything bagel, and I'm keeping Chips Ahoy. And Bubbles could be yours. Or if if you're not digging the name Bubbles, you could change it. This is one again. I usually don't name the ones that I think I'm going to end up selling. So if I have them named, that means I wanted to keep them. But the business must grow, and for that to happen, some geckos must go. So thank you all for joining me tonight. This has been the 13th episode of Crestie Conversations. Bubbles here wants to thank you for coming and seeing her, and come see her in person at Repticon at Gwinnett County Fairgrounds, the 18th and 19th. We will be there, and we'll be happy to talk geckos with you. Thank you all, and remember to keep it Crestie, bestie. All right, have a good night, y'all.